Okay guys, so yeah, here's the very nice carpet, huh? Yes, as you can see, the state of my apartment, or my house, whichever you want to call it, it's an apartment technically, is pretty dire. It's a complete mess, but yeah, I'll wrap it up in a couple of hours if I can. I mean, right now it's 11 o'clock and pretty knackered, to be honest. But yeah, let's look at the loop. Ow. Okay, yeah, so I hope there's enough lighting you guys can see. Basically, there's the res and pump combo. I have the res, or I should say pump out to MOSFET in, MOSFET out to CPU. I think this is the number 2 CPU you're supposed to fit in. But there are no CPUs underneath them. I haven't got them yet. So yeah, CPU block 1 in, CPU block 1 out, CPU block 2 in, CPU block 2 out, CPU block, CPU block 2 out to main motherboard block, main motherboard block out to first radiator in, first radiator out to second radiator in, second radiator out to third radiator in, and finally third our main radiator out to pump our res in, and the loop just going and going. And as you can see, guys, I have to do some sort of surgery here. I know this is gonna drastically hurt the water flow, but I had no choice. Basically, I couldn't. I didn't have many options regarding mounting the pump res combo on the pump res combo on the bay, so I had to put it at the lowest possible bays, whatever. And that I could not hook the radiator to the pump. Yeah. So what I had to do, I had to use a 90-degree to extend it to the left, another 90-degree to bring it down, and another 90 to, you know, straighten it all again to be able to mount, route the radiator to the pump. It took me like 2 hours. I tried many different solutions, different routing, different thing. I didn't want to use 90s. I had to in this case, so you guys will hopefully forgive me. As for the look of the main thing, I think it actually looks good. So it's kind of look like some sort of braiding, I think. So you got these two U-shaped tubings here. Underneath them goes two sort of straight section of tubing. I think that just looks good in contrast, really. And the rest of it's pretty much as tidy as I could have made it. I probably could have done it tidier, maybe route this radiator up straight to the main radiator, can't speak, and basically make the loop a lot tidier. But a lot of combinations I could have done, but this is still pretty good. I've made sure, if I just tilt it slightly, that there's still going to be room for, you can lift these up, there's still going to be room for long graphics cards in case I need one. As for cable management, pretty much everything is in except for SATA cables and front panel connectors. Actually, front panel connectors are actually in, yeah. So that was a pretty tidy job. These are all of the front panel connectors, and they're basically, you can't see them at all. These are the two USB 2 front headers. The thing is, I don't have the top bezel on. If I could show you guys, this case comes with 4 USB 2 and 2 USB 3 connectors. The problem is the SR-2 only has 4 onboard USB 2 headers that you can hook up the front panel to. And yeah, so the third are the two USB 3s are gonna be unused unless the thing is the internal connector for the front panel of the USB 3s are basically it's for an internal USB 3 connector. Some cases have pass-throughs. This doesn't. I wish this one had a pass-through. I mean, the pass-throughs are pretty old. Nobody uses them. I mean, in modern cases don't use them, as modern motherboard always have onboard USB 3. But the thing is, here we got some water grommets. I could probably route the USB 3 cable, and I know you guys can't see the colors, but these two, the one under the EVGA butt port, those are USB 3s. I could route them there, make use of the front USB 3 ports. That would be a nice option. I might do it later on. It's not really critical to me. The USB 3, even though great on paper, and I don't think a lot of people use them. At least not that I know of. Yeah, so the power supply connectors aren't in yet. The problem I have is that their braiding is pretty horrible. They got their stock colors. They look dreadful. But you know, since I was hoping I could maybe cover this up. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. But as you can see, the 8-pin supplementary CPU power is in. It's barely. You can barely see it. The 8-pin for the second CPU, or primary CPU, whichever you want to call it, is here, as well as the 6-pin for the GPUs. They're all in, tucked away, barely seeable. So yeah, as for cable management, it's pretty tidy. The SATA cables are going to go there eventually. I got 6 hard drives as of now. The reason why I didn't use more, the cases didn't come with any more mounting option. This case I can mount up to 10, which is a good thing. Well, this motherboard only supports 8 anyway, and 2 at the back, so for 10 in total. So yeah, if I use the optical drive, that'll take one of the slots, and use the front SATA 2 connector, or SATA connector. That would take another SATA port, so that'll leave me. That'll leave me with 6 more SATA ports, which I'll be using for all of my hard drives and SSD. The red ones I've mentioned before, are USB 3, SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports, so I'll be using my SSDs on them as they're SATA 3 compatible. The rest of the hard drives will go on the SATA 2s. Memory all in, 48 gigs. I hope they work. Should. It's just this rotary joint that I've used. I used it before and it leaked. I tried to fasten it as much as I could. I hope it's good enough. I didn't have a good enough plier to fasten it completely, but I think it'll do. I'll have to do the leak check, and after I've done that, I think I've pretty much covered everything I've done in the case. So yeah, as for the fan count, you got 3 up front, 2 for this radiator, 1 for this, and 3 for the main radiator. So that's a total of 9, which is plenty. And there's going to be a side panel fan, the 360 millimeter. That'll be 10 fans just for the chassis and the cooling. Yeah. And there's also one in the power supply, which is irrelevant really. It's not interfering or helping the internal airflow of the case. But for now, it's going to be pathetic, but right now I'm just going to use a EVGA Superclocked 560 Ti just to get me going till Kepler comes out, hopefully. And yeah. Everything looks tidy in my mind. Could have been better, but I've been working so hard on it. I mean, literally the past 3 days. I mean, this video will be uploaded along with a couple more, and I'm sorry I kept you guys waiting. I've just been so concentrating on this thing alone that I haven't had time for anything else. Literally, I haven't ate properly. I haven't washed. I stink. I reek. And I've just been eating. I haven't eating anything really. Just protein bars, and that's it, really. It's been pathetic. Life of a nerd, really. Yeah. I had to remove the main block and remount it just because the mounting mechanism is a bit, let's be kind, let's say complicated. And I had to take utmost care not to screw it up. And well, I'm just glad with the mounting job I've done. I've used pretty much all around straight compression fittings from Enzotech. Again, just to remind you guys, they all use G 1/4 inch threading, and they use I think half an inch. No, not half an inch. I've forgotten the inner and outer diameter of the tubing. I'm really sorry. I think it's God, I don't remember. I really don't. I'm so tired right now. Everything looks great in my mind. There's the debug LED. Everything is pretty much accessible, except maybe I don't know really. I mean, the 7 switches for the PCI Express slots, they're all available to me. I was going to put a 280 at 140 millimeter radiator in front of this the fan you're looking at right now. If I did, it would have blocked all those ports. I was also looking at a L-shaped 24-pin motherboard connector. I could not find one. I guess I didn't look as much as I should have, but again, it wasn't a really big issue. Or maybe it was, really. I don't know. I just got frustrated with the whole thing. I just wanted to finish it up, but not really, you know, yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy that I've finished the thing. Now I just have to do a leak test, and I'll let you guys know how that pans out. So thanks again for watching. I will see you guys soon. Out.